Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I know that they watching me, trying to figure me out. Like, what's my life like? Am I committed to fail? Perception is relying on what you trained your sight like. So what you see is whatever gets permitted by your eyes, right? I'm guessing that it's okay if they follow me, as long as they know that the praise is never no not to me. No, not to be condescending. My philosophy is artistry presented should never become the god of me. Pros become the cons, artists kind of me. But to become content with this content, leave room for the kind of picture that in the concept. Why you sit at the feet of beneath this monolithic object, not painted in the image of God, but chiseled in the image of flaw. Sinners spitting redemption presented as a continual cross, proving that other brothers pulling out the rug from under you all. Standing on solid ground, mud can't hold a structure for long. Let me ask what you're building on. Corruption, or the building constructed a constellation of churches, universal wordsmith. In 6 days I stand in awe of seven fallen worship, captured by the savage without you with the Nazarene. And the blood for the man is the calf is golden, hands open as they scream. It's right, we walk through this land, all we can feel is sand, so we can feel. Lord, will you take our hand, Lord, we stand. When the water pours out, we go. All of your people. We need a hero. We need a hero. American Hebrew. As I'm walking through this place, and the valley is the alley, and darkness covers my face. The body followed by Hollywood, the heart of the harlot, haunted by the garden. They're the straight song, and if I compromise and replace the godly, they got more room to Sodom and me and my people. Wording beside them, I whisper asylum, goodbye, but rumbling out in my asylum, praying for guidance as we marching in death. No weapon drawn against us could prosper, even the pistol with the clicking and popping. If it hits me from a distance, straight to the promised land beneath my feet. I don't mind slipping aside, knowing I will rise with the gift of a body, everlasting vision of the king in the sky when I'm flying. Everlasting, still fighting the saints and the scholars, the fate of the faint-hearted, despising the wake of the ship that we riding. All overboard and we sinking. I cling to the raft named Jesus. It's right as we walk through this land, all we can feel is sand, so we can feel. Lord, will you take our hand, on you we stand. When the water pours out, we go. All of your people. We need a hero. We need a hero. We need a hero. On you the rock we stand, American Hebrew.
Hey, what's going on everybody? Apex here, and welcome to my review of Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Here I want to talk about some things I saw in the game, in the beta, that needed to be addressed. First up, healing down players. This was a huge issue, and I really hope this is going to be fixed by the next beta, as it just made the quality of the game compromise it just a little bit, as that's part of the game. You have a player that goes down, a teammate, and then you try to go over and heal him, and it absolutely was not working. In most cases, when I would try to revive a down player, it would glitch my character and I wouldn't be able to fight anymore, and I had to relog. So it really was a huge issue, just in and of itself, and then the secondary things that came from that not functioning. So I definitely hope at least by the next beta. Alright, next up we have crazy far spawns. There were some instances where I would respawn on a player and it would literally put me like on the other side on the top of a freaking mountain. And I mean, in a couple instances, like they had to come get me with the helicopter. I mean, it was that bad. So I think that one of the things that should be considered is not necessarily like the direct linear distance, but maybe if somehow the game can consider rises and valleys, you know, hills and valleys and things like that that make it really unrealistic, to be honest with you. One of the things that was annoying, that was complained about by a lot of players, so I hope that that is also going to be fixed. All right, next up we have bulk sell of items. um, During the course of the missions, you really get your hands on a lot of good loot. Some of it you absolutely don't need, and I was deconstructing stuff for the longest time, and then when I realized that I got skrills for it, I figured I'd go sell some, and that's where the nightmare began, because I literally found that you had to go to each item and hold X in order to sell the item. That was a bit cumbersome. A lot of people complained about that. Somehow be an option to select multiple items and then bulk sell them. I think that that would be a huge benefit and improve the overall quality of the game. Alright, so next up we have floating outside vehicles. This was an extremely visually annoying glitch that was in the game. It didn't hurt, it didn't necessarily prevent you from operating the vehicle or being in the vehicle, but visually, as you'd be flying around in the helicopter or you'd be riding around in a vehicle, one of your characters would literally be floating outside of the vehicle in midair. Very visually annoying, and one of the things that a lot of people complained about. So with some of these things are things that I really wasn't happy with or I thought could be fixed. Within some of these are also suggestions of people that I played with on the original Ghost Recon beta. So floating outside vehicles, definitely want to see if that's something that we can address. Alright, next up we have prone camo bug. In a lot of instances we would lay down, we would get prone camoed and still easily be detected. Now whether that's a misunderstanding or a flaw in the ability, I'm not sure, but I definitely know that that's something that is really cool. It's one of the key features in the game. One of the things that gets people the most excited is being able to lay down in the mud and like cover up and like cover your face with mud, and then for it to not work, or you're still easily detected, kind of takes away from the awesomeness of the feature. So I would hope that either that would be a little bit more clearly explained or fixed so that we could fully enjoy that feature in the game. Alright, next up we have erase character progress. This is a personal thing. I had an instance where I was experiencing a sound glitch. I couldn't hear. It sounded like my character was running around and had like water in his ears. Like it was not a feature in the game. It was a sound bug. And so I said, okay, well, I'll restart my app. To restart my app, I went ahead and did it. Came back into the game, and I had lost about 13 levels of progress. Yeah, 13 levels of progress. So I would hope that if something happens, the game blue screens, or you have to restart, that would be fixed, because had that been the regular game, I'd have been really upset. Next up, we have real ghost players. I don't know if anyone else experienced this, but I experienced it several times, and that was simply a player would be standing next to me and I would say, hey, I'm over here in this location. He would say, I'm standing right next to you, but his character would be in another location. That definitely needs to be fixed. And last but not least, I really, this is my wish. Open world PvP. I gotta say, man, you guys have such a great platform that you can't continue to ignore the awesomeness that would come from an open world PvP platform in Ghost Recon. Every single person that plays Ghost Recon that loves PvP has been waiting for that. So I would hope that some of the devs take a look at that, and maybe in this Ghost Recon, in a DLC later on, or even maybe the next Ghost Recon, that could be considered. Alright y'all, it's your man Apex. I'm out.